Praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on any smart device at David G. Evans 1. That's David G. Evans, the number one. I'm so glad you've taken the time to join us today. Won't you please do us a favor? Like us, subscribe to us, hit those notification buttons so you'll know every time this stimulating conversation is offered. Every week, we talk about those things that are important to your life nationally, internationally, regionally, some in communities around the nation, as those events of significant impact, touch your life. And we try to explain everything from a biblical perspective. So the kingdom perspective is what you get here on Point. There are no subjects that we will not discuss. So we talk about politics and culture and sports and, of course, faith and the Bible and the Lord Jesus Christ. All those things, in a way, falling into line with the sons of Issachar, understanding the times and knowing what to do. You can give us a call. I'd love to talk to you today, 866-743. 8267-866-743, 8267-866-74 Evans. Give us a call. We have the most intelligent callers in the world. Of course, I'm biased. Call us from around the nation every Saturday to talk about those things that are on their minds, close to their hearts, but always giving that biblical understanding so that we are like the sons of Issachar, not just living, but understanding the times we live in, but also knowing how to react to them. So give us a call. I'd love to talk to you. I'm Bishop David G. Evans. We are just glad to be talking to you again, and look forward to another stimulating conversation. A lot of things going on, of course. The trial of former President Trump is in the news. Understand there was a very important day yesterday. But as always, when you watch these particular events unfold, each side will always claim victory every day. The prosecutors, they had a good case. Hope Hicks was on. The defense attorneys believe that they are absolutely have an upper hand. So that's the way these trial events go. When you see the ebb and flow, each has a unique perspective on the people that testify, and oftentimes it seems to be contradictory or almost as though they are oblivious to the other side or the entirety of the event that they are participating in. Hey, Pastor Nick, I see that Missouri laws requiring women seeking divorce to disclose whether they are pregnant. The state won't finalize divorce if the woman is pregnant.
So the rule was originally for men back in the 70s that if his wife was pregnant, he couldn't divorce her.
Okay.
So financially he'd be able to, do what he got to do.
Okay.
But there are women who are in like domestic violence situations and they're trying to get divorced.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you're pregnant and the law says you can't get a divorce. They didn't think their way through the possibilities.
Is this another one that the Republicans are like pushing?
Well, they're trying to change it now. Well, people are trying to change it now, but this has been on books since the 70s. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They don't need another one of these causes.
No.
In this cycle.
No. But it's like the Arizona abortion thing, and they had another law like this somewhere else.
Okay.
We're starting to see these archaic kind of laws that are detrimental.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we see in Louisiana, state Supreme Court will allow a wealthy white community to break away from Baton Rouge and create their own city.
Mm-hmm.
And is the reality like it's worded here?
Yes. Their claim is, Baton Rouge does have somewhat, in certain parts like a crime issue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
most
cities.
cities. Yeah.
Their tax dollars they claim aren't being used right, so they want to separate from have their own school district, their own government, their own blah blah blah.
I wonder, is that going to start a trend?
I think they tried this in somewhere in Georgia. So there is a precedent to this.
And Louisiana State Supreme Court is going to allow it.
Yeah, they've been fighting for years, and
Is that a Republican-dominated
Yes.
state? Is
Yes.
that a red state?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sure this is a wealthy group of people.
Yeah. So they have some clout.
Yeah. It was not like 10 of them. It was like
Well,
a bunch
you
of
know,
them.
well, let's not be overly critical, because there is a separate community about 5 minutes from here. I think it's called Tavistock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about a street long, and there's some magnificent homes back there. And
I forgot about that.
yeah, they have their own police department and
Yeah. Yep.
completely independent. Okay, and they're right next to a predominantly African American neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, want to be separate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this ain't new.
It's not new at all. Florida charges inmates $50 a day while in prison. What?
Yeah, this is something we talked about last week. I wanted to get your. So they charge them $50 a day for the bed
Okay.
while they're in prison,
Right?
and say they get out on early release.
Yeah.
If they still had
More time?
more time, even though they're out,
They
they
keep
charge
charging
them for the whole entire. So one young lady was in jail, had a 7-year sentence.
Okay.
She was released after a year and some change.
Okay.
She didn't know they were charging her.
$50 a day.
Yeah. So she ended up owing $127,000 at the end of this thing. She went to go get a job or something. They denied it because she had this thing on her credit.
Wait a minute. So, how do they ever expect them to get a start
They don't want them to.
if they're in jail going in debt?
It's like them trying to vote. They don't want them to.
Why don't just doctor pay when they get a job if they want to charge them?
Yeah.
But how are you going to run up a tab when you have no ability to make any money?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
And charge them for the bed. That's all it is, just the residence part. This doesn't include everything else they have to pay for.
And if you get out early on good behavior,
Yeah.
we're going to still charge you like you're still in jail.
Yes.
Who thought that up?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out who did it. It's starting to come out more.
Florida's crazy, man. Senate blocks the impeachment against Homeland Security. Well, I guess so.
It was foolish in the first place.
It was silly.
It was. You want him to be the only person to fix the border after years of no president, no Congress.
Makes no sense at all.
You know.
You take money from them and say, we need you to do a better job.
Yeah.
Which I'm learning is part of the strategy.
Yeah.
You know, we defund you, and then we criticize the fact that you can't do the job. But I was going to ask a stupid question. Don't they understand that the public may be able to see through that? But the way I'm listening to people as they're being interviewed, the voters, it's almost like they're oblivious to total reality. It's. I saw something yesterday where they were asking a question, do you think there should be one nation under God? And immediately the answer was yes. But then so they started asking questions. So you saying the whole nation serving Jesus Christ? Yes. Well, what about Jewish people? What about Muslim people? And their arguments just crumbled.
Yep.
How do you get there
Yeah.
without considering the other elements that are realities to people?
Yeah. Yeah. Knowing what we know now, a lot of them, I believe this is a total farce. It's just things that they say and what they want. It's an ideal
Yes.
that they hope for that they don't even live up to.
No.
But everybody, but somebody said this, especially those in the South, they're reared up from young, God and country, God and country, God. So it's almost like they're indoctrinated.
Sure.
So to become adults, it's
Sure.
synonymous. Now, never mind, Jesus says, my kingdom is not of this world.
I know.
They,
I know.
and then some of them use it for political points, power,
Question for you. So I'm watching the college students around the nation There's been some violence and there's been some vandalism. They're occupying property that they shouldn't occupy. And being a person that's a fan of words, I've been listening to the way it's been reported. Even when the violence ensues, they're still calling them protests. But when other people do the same behavior, it's riots. So why don't you help me with this? What's the difference? What's the difference? So college students protesting, threatening violence, vandalism, occupying buildings that they shouldn't occupy, and it's consistently called a protest. What is the difference between a protest and a riot?
A protest is supposed to be peaceful to a certain most degree.
It's supposed to be peaceful.
Calm,
It's supposed to be peaceful.
saying what we got to say, making a stand, without taking it beyond the line of what it needs to
Okay,
be.
then why is January 6th constantly called a protest by some people?
But
Wait a minute, I gave it too much heat.
yeah,
A tour.
a tour. Yeah, it's too much. Race has to do with it, but there's a lot of white kids that are doing this too, though.
Yeah, I understand.
And like they had a Republican on talking about these kids need to go to jail, blah 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 blah. And the lady asked him, "Well, why are you fighting to get January 6 people from being persecuted or getting out of prison early? What's the difference?"
Because who determines what?
Yeah.
We've got Scott on line 1 from Vineland, New Jersey. Lines are beginning to light up. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any smart device at David G. Evans 1. You can give us a call toll-free. We'd love to have a conversation with you about what's on your heart. Always remember, we're always anchored in biblical truth and kingdom truth. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. That's 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. Let's go to Scott. Morning, Scott. How you doing?
Hey, Scott.
Hey, what's going on, Bishop Evans, Pastor Nick? What's happening?
Got it, man. Good to hear from you.
Always good to talk to you guys. Our beloved Sixers, man.
What happened to him, man?
They lost, yeah.
Great
They tried.
question. As Pop Shelton used to say, good question, preacher.
They tried.
Wow, it wasn't even the second round this time. It's like we went backwards. It's
Wait a
always-
minute. They're out of it already?
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, they lost.
Yes.
Thursday or Friday? Thursday.
But I think it was Thursday. Pastor Nick, I was so bad, I forgot what day it was. It's just
What do you think happened? What do you think happened? What was the key to the loss?
that they got out rebound, they got out hustled.
Wait a minute. Is Embiid playing? How'd they get
Yeah.
out rebounded?
Well, you know he likes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know he
Pastor.
he likes perimeter too. You know that under the basket center's not like
we
it.
we don't need him out there right now.
You know that those
There's
things
no
are
team.
going.
There's no team that should out rebound us.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And another thing that killed me,
What was that?
Pastor Nick, you probably picked up. Paul Reed. Yeah, his basketball IQ stinks. But my whole thing through the whole series, after everybody at work on the bus, wherever I was, why didn't they put Mo Bamba in there?
Yeah, the bench didn't really come through from the one part that I saw. I watched most of the end of it.
Okay.
I didn't know Embiid's playing with Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
Really?
He has Bell's palsy, yeah. So he's
Yep.
playing with Bell's palsy. It's like something happened with his eyelid, and they caught it on camera, and that's
Yeah.
how it came out.
They saw it.
Yeah,
Flutter.
flicking. Yeah,
Okay.
and then one was just like stagnant, just wouldn't move.
Okay.
I Googled it, and it said
Yeah.
something about one side of your face, the muscles,
Yeah,
and kind of makes you
it freeze.
twitch and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, you
Yeah.
saw
So
it.
one night he came in with sunglasses. I'm like, well, all right, MB, come
Yeah.
on now. But
But
yeah,
now everybody
that was-
knows why. You know.
Yes.
My thing.
um,
My thing is this. I like Embiid.
Yeah.
He can't stay healthy. And it's not his fault. His body's just
Boy,
you know.
yeah, big guys. They break down.
They break down. They need to build a nucleus where he's a huge support, but may not be the main person. You just can't rely on that like you used to.
well,
Absolutely. What leads me to my next thing.
okay.
I know everybody always says no, but they said maybe if you can pry LeBron, because they need somebody to show them how to win, who's already won a championship, who's already been there.
You would bring a LeBron for that?
Not lately.
I mean, he gonna be a great player. He'll bring money to the city.
Yeah, but
he gonna do all that.
As far as the championship thing,
he gonna need a couple more.
And I don't understand why they fired the coach.
Somebody had to be the scapegoat.
I understand what they say. LeBron and what's his name? Who's the other guy on the Lakers?
AD.
Yeah, AD. They said that they got together and suggested the guy get fired, man.
They got.
Oh yeah, Darvin Ham.
Yeah, but the year before they were worse, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They were. I don't know what it is with the late. Well, actually, it's the whole NBA. Unfortunately, we all know the players run the NBA.
Well, here's the thing: if I'm the GOAT, I need to take responsibility when my team loses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
You say you're the best. You say you're the boss. Mm-hmm. Then when the defeat happens, you can't start throwing stones at everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he wants J.J. Redick in there.
J.J. Redick?
Yeah.
For what?
And to be coach.
For what?
For the Lakers. Him and Redick got a podcast together. They're cool.
So what?
I know.
J.J.
I
Redick.
agree with you, Pastor Dick. I can't.
J.J.
I don't know if it's true, but it looks like, you know.
Come on, man. If they do that, this. I'm still wondering. I'm still wondering why my guy that built the Warriors doesn't have a coaching job.
Oh yeah, Jackson.
Was that
Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah. That's mind-boggling too. He gets overlooked big time, all the time, the time.
It can't be just his faith. You think?
Yeah, something had to happen.
That we don't know about. Absolutely,
yeah.
I agree with you.
Because if dude from Boston got caught messing with one of the executives' wives and got a job in Houston,
but we'd have heard about that.
Yeah.
We'd have heard about that.
Yeah, so something else had to happen. Because if a dude, like I said, if a dude messes with an executive's wife and gets a job a year later,
yeah.
Either
we'd have heard about that. I don't think there's anything scandalous. It just seems that he wouldn't hang out, come to work, going home to his family. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm praying for this. But they said he was a little stubborn.
Yeah.
And didn't know when to capitulate with his bosses.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, though. Sports has been known, like with the guy in Boston, a couple NFL people, you can hit somebody with a car, abuse your spouse, still get another job.
All over the place.
You gamble $100 or, you make one person mad over something small.
Somebody's calling your phone. It's
a wrap.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I wonder, it could be just how powerful the owner is. I mean, like the NFL, the most powerful labor union in the world is the NFL owners.
Yeah. It's reported that Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, called the Falcons and said, "I don't think you want Bill Belichick as your coach."
Really?
It's reported, yes, that he made a phone call. It's not a good idea because of Belichick's stubbornness.
And they didn't take
him? They didn't take him.
Well, they mentioned him, Pastor Nick. He was almost here in Philly, but for some reason they gave Coach Sirianni another chance. But he better get it together because he knows now Belichick is in the wings, peeking around that corner, playing peekaboo. Yeah. So Sirianni better get it straight this year.
Yeah, but I don't
stop all that nonsense.
I don't think Lurie's going to have somebody coming in and telling him what to do.
Belichick has to be a little more flexible now. He doesn't have the cards in his deck to.
At this age, he's not going to be more flexible.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
He'd have to be an unusual guy.
Yeah. He's actually doing good as doing these shows talking about football. He's actually really good at it.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I was
he's
surprised. He's
showing more personality. Put it that way. He's got the knowledge, but he's showing more.
I was surprised to hear him say more than one sentence. I'm like, he suited up.
When
we
you
all
talk,
know he know it is the hoodie.
You talk about
he's gonna have a sweatshirt on.
Belichick and more personality is like comparing a rock to a pebble. Come on, man. We gotta go, Scott.
He's went deep on us.
Right. Talk to you, man.
But he like I said, I think he could say more than one sentence. But that draft, him and Nick Saban gave praises to the cornerback we just got, Mitchell from Toledo.
Yeah.
But
how's everything else going, man? You good?
Not bad. We celebrated, Nye's birthday last week.
All right, good.
We all went to round one in Bold and had a good time.
Okay, and that's why you're working on overtime.
Yes, sir. Pretty much.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
I'll be well.
See you, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
866-743-8267. This is On Point, the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call and talk show. There's Tom from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Tom, what's going on, man?
Good morning. How you doing, Bishop, Pastor Nick?
Hey, Tom.
First, I have to ask Pastor Nick if he's heard about this evangelist out of Charlotte.
I just saw a little bit about it.
Who?
I don't. Go ahead, Tom.
His name's Pastor Raines. He's got a mega church down there. I saw the tape.
What tape?
It's supposed to be going viral.
Oh, that guy. I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought he handled it perfectly.
Yeah, he's staying biblical with it too.
Yeah. I mean, he put it down, and I was like, interesting. I don't know if you had any thoughts of that. But, Bishop, what I wanted to say, you guys didn't pick up on Maxey, Game 5, historical.
What did he do?
Everybody thought the game was over.
Yeah.
It was like 27 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
7 points down.
Yeah.
Maxey came back all by himself, put him on his shoulders, tied the game up. They were talking, they said, it hasn't happened since Reggie Miller. And it was, whole league was talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude went off.
He's a good young kid, man. As he keeps perfecting his game, they can build a team around him.
Yeah.
How old is he?
MB,
I don't
early 20s.
Okay.
But MB, not just the Bell's palsy, he's got a problem with his knee
He's
right
23.
now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he might have come back too early too.
Yeah. They probably shot him up with some stuff.
Oh, you know
Nah,
they
that
gave him
is-
some good drugs.
yeah,
They gave him some good drugs.
Yeah.
Stuff to help him avoid the pain and heal at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know if he's going to become even more brittle.
Yeah.
So
Bishop,
what's going on?
always ask about, I know you're going to ask me about Florida.
Yes, sir. Florida's in the news again. I see that you guys thought it was a good idea to charge inmates $50 a day even after they're released from prison.
Well, no, that charge them for the uniform, charge them for the sandals, all that kind of stuff.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm
He
not.
charging for almost everything.
Well, is the state hard up for money, or is he trying to get some of that money back that he lost suing Disney for nothing?
I can't figure it out. He gets whatever he wants.
How many inmates do you have in Florida? Do you know?
I'm clueless. I have no idea. I'll tell you this, though. All this week he's spewing that here in Florida, college students will not do what they do in New York and California, or they'll be expelled. You can't do this in Florida. And he's talking about how tough he is, and that I like the way he puts it. That only happens out in the democratic states where you can protest like that.
He's got to be talking about state universities, not private universities, right?
Correct.
Okay, so they'll get kicked out of state universities according to him. So they're not allowed to say anything. Is that what he's saying?
Now, you just said something. He didn't word it that way. You're actually correct because you can't do anything about
Can't do anything about
private
private university.
university.
No.
But that's not the way it's worded at all. Here in Florida, you do as I say.
I know I ask you this occasionally, Tom. I have a lot of friends in Florida. How do you guys live down there?
Sometimes, you know what? That's day-to-day life you really don't see. Other than the craziness on the news, doesn't affect me day to day. But yeah, the only thing I could say is that looking at some of the locals down here, I don't think Republicans are going to be in power next go around.
Is the weather really worth it?
Yeah.
That's what y'all say. Yeah. Weather, the beach.
Oh man, but you guys got lawlessness in the street down there, man. Everybody's carrying.
You know, and it's funny, but same laws are in a few other states, but it seems to be out of control here.
Look, Danny calls, frequently, and he was saying people are getting shot because they're disagreeing in traffic.
Man, dude, recently, somebody's dog pooped on somebody's yard and killed the guy next door.
He shot the guy?
Not shot, killed. And
It's Florida, right?
yeah, that's the kind of crazy.
All right. So and the weather's worth it, huh?
Yeah.
I get it. I do get it. When I go to Texas,
Yeah.
the area that I go in, I would never move from New Jersey.
No.
But in another world, if I had a chance to move out of New Jersey,
Yeah.
that place in Dallas would be a nice spot to live.
Now, where in
Even with all
Dallas
the
do you
cra-
go?
It's North Dallas.
North Dallas?
Even with all the craziness, it is a nice area. It is a nice area.
Yeah, but man,
And
that
it's-
governor's insane.
I know, but I think like Tom's thinking, like your day-to-day life is still good, surrounded by the hoopla
Well,
of other stuff.
I don't know. Environment means a lot.
I know.
But Tom, we're praying for all our Florida friends, and God keep you safe, and you gotta stay out of harm's way,
We need it.
and enjoy your son.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk to you, man.
Hey, take care.
Bye-bye. Going to Keefe, Lawnside, New Jersey, line 1. Hey, Keefe, how are you this morning?
Hey, Bishop, Pastor Nick, how are you?
Welcome to On Point, man.
Oh, thank you.
What's your comment today?
I'm going to talk about what happened to my two favorite teams this week.
Oh, boy. You have two favorite teams?
Well, the one that got eliminated this week by Dallas, by the Nuggets, and the other one that got eliminated by the New York Knicks.
Okay.
I mean, yes, they played hard, but something could have turned the tables for both teams.
Okay.
And believe me, I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm saying to you both, they could have played better.
They could have played better?
Yes. I mean, they could have done different. I mean, I know they were
That's pretty
getting their
obvious.
shots.
That's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious.
Yeah. And the thing is, and with, I know injuries are part of life. Yes, all teams go through injuries, like Embiid did. And with LA, something could have been different.
Oh, that's your other favorite. That's your other favorite team.
Yeah, because of Kobe.
Okay.
He was the franchise of that team.
Okay.
And I have a shirt. I have a hoodie. I have a hood sweatshirt with his picture on it.
So they're still your favorite, even though Kobe's gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Trust me. Because the reason why I say they could have played better, I know fans are behind them 100%. I know sometimes calls don't go their way. And, they complain about it. That's all part of the game. But, I've been watching basketball for a long time. Yes, teams do have up and down seasons. Now, my question is, if someone else was coach of both teams,
Yes.
and if they had better players, or as they say, one star player, but with a supporting cast, like an aforementioned Michael Jordan, if he had a supporting cast, do you think they would have been better, or in both instances?
I think
both teams.
a couple of things are significant. I think that you're going to see a lot more teams that have a lot of talent lose significant games, and this is just my philosophy. I'm ready to be corrected on this because we have a contemporary group of players that actually think they know more than the coach does, but we had a saying when we were in the janitorial business that you can't manage with your head in the bucket. You may think you can play the game, but you don't have the same perspective as a good coach does. You need someone to kind of arrange the pieces on the board, and this is what we need to do. And I think the more and more you see players telling coaches what to do, the more and more we're going to see teams that have very good talent on them lose. And the other thing that's happening, because of this this star thing going on, I think you're seeing less and less of 5-person basketball. Let's take basketball. 5 persons playing the game, got the role players, everybody doing their part. We're going to win. I think they're becoming more rare every season. So I think you're going to see more people that are being paid gazillions of money, of dollars, and still not getting to championships because they're trying to play and coach and be GM and whatever else they're doing. But, I've always thought the coach can give you the plays, but he can't go out on the field for you. He can't go up and down the court for you. Guys are not playing any defense. These games are, they're scoring 120 points.
Yeah, they're taking the defense out of the game.
Let me ask you.
Go ahead. Be quick now.
No, I was going. Okay. This is my last question right here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? Okay, I'm going to go to real quick. Jordan, LeBron. That debate I know is still going on somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about that?
What do I think about Jordan and LeBron? I think
Yes.
they're two uniquely different players, physiques. Both of them have outstanding uniqueness about them. But I think that when you look at, if you gauge greatness, and we do in this society by championships and games won and averages and all that, I lean towards Jordan. The other thing, and I'm not a LeBron hater. I'm just not a big fan. Okay. How many years have you been playing?
I think it's almost
20.
19, 20 years.
20 plus.
Okay.
About 21 almost.
Why are people surprised that he finally passed Kareem? What is
Right, I know.
You're paying for 20 years.
Yeah.
You should pass just about everybody.
Especially in the league where you could score easier now
Yes.
than when Kareem was in there.
They say, well, he's a scoring champ. What? The guy's been playing since he was 3.
Yeah. I mean, and he takes incredible care of his body.
He's got to.
He spends he said $1 million or something on his body to keep the upkeep.
Sure.
But Charles Barkley said, I hope he retires soon because it's going to happen. It happens to every star. Him, whoever. They play too long, and then you got to retire when you're bad and you're not good, rather than retiring on your.
I always think we have one more season.
Yeah. I mean, for a 39-year-old averaging 25 a game,
he's still doing good.
He's still doing good.
But he's normal now.
Yeah, he's coming down to.
He's normal.
Yeah, because Jokic.
The guy.
Well, I can agree with you guys on that.
I think he mad because at the All-Star game, LeBron and somebody picked their teams, and LeBron picked Joker last.
Yeah.
After that, Denver took off, won the championships. He got them MVPs.
Pick me last, won't you?
Man.
All right, Keith, we got to let you go, man.
All right, thanks.
Talk to you now.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. We've got Danny, and then we've got Ada. Florida's in the house today. Danny's on line 4. Hey, Danny, how are you?
Good morning, Bishop,
Hey, Danny.
Pastor Nick, staff. How you all doing today?
How you doing?
Doing fine. Great to hear your voice, man. How are things?
Oh, well, I'm telling you, it's really getting crazy down here, really. There's so many things that are happening. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that you all were talking about, and then I'll get on to what I wanted to say, is that what you started with, you were talking about the jail and how they have these different things that never leaves a so-called prisoner and what have you. You got to keep remember that Florida, the jail, the judicial system is made to make money off the prisoners.
Okay.
It's the prisoners and the prisons, they are run by private companies.
Okay.
All right, and they have to make a profit, and that's what they're doing.
Okay.
They're making a big profit. Even the highways now are controlled or managed by private companies.
Really?
Yeah, that if you go through Orlando particular was the I would say the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
Every 5 miles you go, there's a toll.
You know what? When I was in Orlando, and where was I going? And I noticed there were a lot of tolls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no more. I think we have them on Turnpike every 23 miles, 26 miles.
Yeah.
But New Jersey understands it. California, do they have tolls? No.
I know Texas has a lot of them too.
Okay. Texas, Florida, New Jersey.
Most of them have so many. They just tell you to drive through. They have no man stations, so you have to have that thing on your car.
Okay.
That's how many they have. That's
Okay.
how you know it's. Yeah.
It's making money, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan. Sorry, we digress.
And they have it automation where you have so-called, you go through and and they charge you, what have you. You have to watch that very closely, very closely. I have a friend. They said that they had a $2,000 toll bill.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes.
From what?
Because, okay, give you an example.
His sensor didn't pick up or something?
Well, what happened, you have to watch the time of the day that you travel. Like if you go from Broward County, Dade County, you want to go to downtown Miami,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that'll run you a good $10
Okay.
at least. Just go in between the counties. Because as you travel along, depending on the time, you hit it during the rush hour, they're going to hit you hard. All
You
right?
mean they charge you more?
Yes.
Come
Yes.
on, Dan.
Yes. It fluctuates.
The time of day they charge you more money?
Yes.
Dan, come on.
Yes.
It's happening around. I know Virginia. If you're on 95,
Mm-hmm.
the lane, the speed through lane,
Yes.
Yes.
you're told through that most of that thing, whatever those lanes you go
Sure,
over.
sure.
It's separate from the regular group.
Yeah.
And it's the whole thing is a toll road to beat the traffic in the regular.
So they charge you on that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, the other thing
Yeah.
that I want to talk
Pretty
about
smart.
is
Yeah.
what really bothers me a lot
Mhm.
is guns. Guns.
Okay. Yeah, I know you
It's
talk
so
about
bad. It's so bad here in South Florida, especially.
it. Mhm.
We had 2 incidents where officers of the law, their kids shot themselves, 4-year-old and a 3-year-old.
That's ridiculous.
And
Now, don't they usually lock parents up for that kind of negligence?
They did not lock these. Well, one was arrested. The other one was arrested, and I think he was from Virginia visiting or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
But he can't leave to go back to his old job, and that's depending upon what happens down here. But just to show you that now they're supposed to know gun safety
Mhm.
and keep it out of the way of the kids grabbing it or something like that,
Mhm.
and teaching the kids don't go near that gun. But
You
know,
would think a police officer would have all his firearms secured if he had small children in the house.
exactly,
Supposed to.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
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 And the next thing is the environment down here. They're just letting it go. We
Really?
got politics. Yes. Yeah. They had what they call Boca Bash up in Palm Beach last week,
Mm-hmm.
where it's nothing but boats, and mostly people that you have to have some money to have a boat
Yeah.
to go out, and you just don't go out in any so-called boat.
Mm-hmm.
Now my boat would be a rowboat, but they're going out, and where in that particular area, not only does the father have a boat, but his son and his other son, they have individual boats and what have you.
So
And
it's like cars in a family, huh?
exactly.
Okay.
But they were filmed where they were dumping trash
Oh yeah.
in the inlet.
Really?
Yeah, they would drive out into the ocean and empty the trash instead of just going inshore and emptying it and what have you. They thought it was a big deal.
They're looking to arrest
what
those
have
kids too.
They want to arrest him? Okay.
Well,
That's good.
But who knows what's gonna happen after? They got money, so
they
you know,
gonna call
But
Dad.
notice how long it was taking them to apprehend them. Over a week.
Really?
Yeah. And now if I went out there and I threw a piece of paper on the highway,
They take your boat.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
I think it came because somebody caught him on video and he starts sharing it around. So now it's like we got to do something. 'Cause,
How's my sister doing?
But she's doing good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please give her my love. Tell her, tell her I asked for her, man.
Yeah. I'll be giving you a call, preferably giving you a call and give you some news on how she's doing.
All right.
Coming up quick.
Good enough. Talk to you soon.
Also, Bishop, will you please talk on one thing?
Go ahead.
God is trying to talk to us in the United States. What's going on with the weather and all the things that are happening?
Oh man, did you happen to see the midweek service where I talked about
eclipse, diamond,
the eclipse,
earthquakes,
and jewels?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's your explanation.
Okay.
All right, man.
Okay.
Talk to you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, Bishop.
Ada Madison's on the phone. Ada,
Good morning.
how are you?
Good morning.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great to hear your voice this morning. Welcome to On Point.
Thank you so much. I just couldn't keep listening without piping in on the gun violence in Florida.
Okay.
It's really, really crazy. I live in the suburbs of Orlando, so it's like I'm in a pretty safe little pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I was awakened in the middle of the night a couple months ago, might have been like January, something like that, with what sounded like gun violence, and it was. It was a young woman that was just sitting at a stoplight, and somebody came out of somewhere and it just shot and killed her in her car.
What?
And in the last, I think it's weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, there's been 4 shootings at a high school that's just like blocks from where I live. The last one was the same kids that go to this high school were at a local club that was rented out privately for a birthday party, and there were 10 people shot and killed before the shooter was wrestled down. I shouldn't say killed; they were injured. A drive-by shooting last week, 2 kids in their driveway, and they never caught who it was, but they shot, and one young lady is just kind of hanging on for dear life, and the other one had major injuries in his leg. But it's so constant, it's so prevalent, it's just mind-boggling to me. I don't know what the answer is. And in all these cases, it's kids. They're 16 years old.
What is the response, of the general population, and what is the response of the politicians?
That's a really good question. I can tell you that the general population, being people that I'm around, are extremely concerned about it, and they talk about it. I have several clients that are teachers and psychologists that work within the school district and close with some of these kids, and they're leveled by it. They're afraid. They're doing everything they can within the schools. But as far as politicians, I don't see it. I don't see anybody caring. It's, whatever.
Well, then I don't think I'm not sure they're going to care unless the people start putting pressure on them. If people are just conversing about it and not really bombarding the political offices and when these local elections come, getting the people out of the office that don't want to do anything about it, the politicians are content that they're content to let us scream at one another.
Yeah.
We gotta. Only way we can move the needle is put pressure on our elected leaders.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and the parents have to kind of go nuts. That up to the school board meetings, that kind of thing, to even try to move the needle. Because I know in Philadelphia, it's really, really dangerous over there right now.
Yeah.
Sunny I can't imagine Orlando going through this. But when they change the gun laws and everybody's carrying now, do you have to carry also?
No, but I feel like I should.
I'm joking.
I have a neighbor guy that carries openly a gun holster.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I know you don't carry, Ada.
Right? No, I know you are, but it's like sometimes I think I need them.
Doesn't it feel like it
It's
sometimes?
crazy around here.
Yeah. You know, it gets a little close to home, and you start to wonder, should I?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everything else going?
Everything is well.
Ada Madison is a phenomenal woman of God, phenomenal artist, phenomenal author. The kids are reading her books right now, getting ready to make some videos of our interaction and question and answers. Who's your favorite character? Why do you like them? That kind of thing. So,
Thank you, Bishop.
oh yeah, we're going to do everything we can to help you. Yeah.
Aw, thank you, sir.
It's-
Well, that's really all I had to say. I just had to vent on the
Well,
craziness of
we'll
the
be-
gun violence in
we
Florida and
we
how
certainly will pray.
really close to home it is.
We certainly will pray.
Thank you.
I have a lot of friends in Florida, and they're all in the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good day.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye
You too.
now.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
866-743-8267, 867-8267. Do you know anyone, Pastor Nick, who is benefiting from the $7.4 billion in student loan forgiveness? Do you know anybody that's benefiting yet?
Not from this round, or from before, yes.
Oh yeah, we had. Oh yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to start coming up.
Yeah, and I know some people that they'll probably go straight to heaven if they get, because
Yeah.
a couple people I know that are in the 200s.
Yeah. Yeah, they're up there. And I think that you just pay on time for however many months,
Yeah.
and you qualify for it.
Is that what it is? You got
That's it. You have to pay. You
have a good history.
have to have a good history.
It makes sense. So some people I know won't get it because they forbeared until you know.
Yeah, they're that's the lies that is all of us irresponsible. No, they're giving us people who qualify for it.
Okay.
Like if you work for in a service like community, like a social work, whatever. If you work there for like 7 years, they'll remove your loans.
So
because
there's criteria.
Yeah, you're doing it good for a community.
Yeah, because I know some people that they've been forbearing for so long that the bear doesn't have any more fur.
Right. Right. Nah, not those people.
No. When I look at the amount of debt connected to American education, it's a real deep hole to start your career in, where your student loan bill is $1,000 or $2,000 a month. What kind of employment do you have to get to immediately absorb $2,000 coming out of your paycheck every month?
That's a lot. Unless you are, I know somebody who came out, individual was in like law, or one was a doctor. You know, they're paying it off.
Yeah.
But again, you're starting off at 100 and some odd.
Oh yeah.
But the average person, nah.
I just met with one of my mentees this week, had a meeting over in Philadelphia, and he is part of a venture capital firm, one of the few minority venture capital firms, and they are getting talent from HBCUs, and they're in 4 states right now, and they're doing some good work helping minority-owned businesses, especially females, investing in them. But of course, venture capital take 10-20% of your business, but sometimes it's the best thing for you.
Yeah, you get a start.
Yeah.
Get something.
Yeah, so I was really proud of him.
Good.
His name's Darren Stevenson. They're doing a great job.
Good. But yeah, it's a lot, and we do have to talk about the cost of college, why it's so much, but also as parents, family members, talking to our children about not incurring unnecessary costs for college.
Hey,
you know, you ain't got to go away this your first. You know.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if the cost part is another way to limit certain economic level people coming to a university. Because the average person can't go to Harvard. They may have the brains for Harvard, but when you're looking at maybe $500,000 in 4 years, not many people can afford that.
That's a lot.
Some people don't make that in a lifetime.
No, man. I'm sure our stores probably. Well, you went to college. It's not an age joke. I'm just being honest about. Because I remember when I graduated from high school.
Yeah.
I think Rowan was maybe $5,000 to $7,000 a year. I think.
Okay.
A year to go.
Okay.
staying off campus.
A year?
Yeah, for the semester, for the year. Yeah.
Wow.
It was light. Temple was like, where I went was like maybe 13, 14 out of state,
Okay.
not on campus.
Okay.
Now, Rowan, since they did all that building and all that stuff, you
Got to pay for that stuff.
Yeah, you know.
Have to pay. We got Sharon from Dallas. Sharon, how you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
Welcome to On Point once again.
Thank you. Listen, I have this call because I was very concerned. Did you hear about the Uber driver getting shot?
Where?
In Ohio by this crazy white man. Oh, I'm not being a racist, but listen to this. She went to the house to pick up a package, which was a fraud. Mm-hmm. And the white man came out, and he shot her 3 times. She's backing up, and now they're trying to play it off like he was the victim. And I am so upset. She was a sister, too, 60 years old. And she was crippled, trying to walk away from him, and he shot her 3 times.
What?
So what happened was, he was still wrong for shooting her.
He was.
There was, somebody was scamming both of them.
Right.
Scamming
the
older
delivery
guy
person and the older guy.
Okay.
So they scammed her into going to the house to pick up something.
Mm-hmm.
They scammed him about somebody coming to the house. So he's thinking that she's a part of the scam. Mm-hmm. And he takes it on himself to go out there and shoot her. He didn't call the police. He didn't,
After he shot her, he called him, yeah.
Yeah, it was too late.
She crippled, walking back, and they showed on TV and saying, well, how'd he get back? And she's like, man, what's wrong with you? She's looking at him like he's crazy. She's crippled. She's trying to walk back. Now, she's not a threat to him at all. She has only her cell and some glasses. That's all. He shot her. She fell down. She shot. I am so upset with this. She fell down, and he shot her once. Then he shot her 2 more times. Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they're trying to play it off like he was the victim.
How did he get to be the victim?
That's the thing, yep.
I don't. So where is the NAACP and all these folks into this? You hear me, don't you? She's and it just breaks my heart. He didn't have to do this. He didn't have to,
But they're passing gun laws that are giving people an emotional excuse to use ultimate violence in a situation that does not call for it. I feel threatened is what I've heard from more people than I'd like to admit.
When do you feel threatened? Do you feel threatened when she doesn't have a gun?
You didn't have to leave the house.
He could have stayed in the house. He could have stayed inside the house.
He could have stayed in. You're right, Pastor Nick. He could have stayed inside his house and called the police then, because she was backing up and stumbling and going on. And then I was saying, like, well, who took this video? For us to see it on TV like this.
Who shot the video?
It might have been from her car, because I saw part of the video. She was walking in front of the car.
Oh,
so she might have a camera.
Okay.
Facing out.
And he killed her?
Mm-hmm.
He killed her.
Yeah.
He killed her. Shot her 3 times.
Yeah.
And once he shot her in the leg and she fell. Then he shot her 2 more times. Now, what could she have done to him for him to shoot her like that? And she was 60 years old.
His excuse.
Okay.
His excuse. And people are using they're emotionally qualifying themselves to shoot people, to use ultimate violence. It doesn't make any sense. But it also shows you what's pent up in individuals. Mm-hmm. And there's something other than, there's some kind of mania going on.
I can tell you what it's called: racism. I can say it to you because I'm here, you all on air.
Yeah.
But it's racism, and it's giving them this they can do whatever they want now to us, like they haven't been doing it.
That's amazing.
But I'm just upset with this because that lady was on the ground. He shot her 2 more times too.
And she was on his property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she was backing off, trying to leave.
He intended to kill her.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that I wanted you all's opinion and get this out because our people now need to be careful, and especially with this Uber folks, Uber driving people.
Yeah.
So do they have a responsibility in this? Are you liable for driving Uber? You don't have any insurance. What's the deal with that? Is it a free ride? It's not a free ride, but going to pick up somebody. What is Uber's responsibility in her safeguarding?
I don't know. I know they make sure you know who's coming to get you. I don't know as much about it as I probably should. I know they make sure that you know who's going to get you, and make sure people know you're coming. But I'm still amazed at the evil ingenuity of human beings. Why would you even set up something like that?
Yeah. Yep.
And sitting back thinking, I wonder what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it was those people taking the video.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got to go.
Thank you for listening.
Absolutely.
You all be blessed.
Bye-bye now. This has been On Point. Look, we've got a great day coming up tomorrow, first Sunday here at the Transformation Church, Bethany Church in Lindenwold, New Jersey. We have an 8 a.m. service, which is our virtual service. And then we have our 11 a.m. live service. But first Sundays, we also have a 6 p.m. live service here in this room. You don't want to miss it. We're in our series on the Holy Spirit called Unlimited You. Tomorrow night, we're going to be, of course, celebrating Holy Communion. And rather edgy title for that sermon tomorrow night, that teaching is, What's the Big Deal? So we're going to take a look at what is the big deal about communion, why Christians need to get real serious about it, and what it's all about, and what you're missing in your spiritual life by not participating in a communion celebration which sets apart time and celebrates all that the Lord has done for us. We want to see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Come on in. We're having a great time. 6 o'clock, we want to see you. We'll be baptizing tomorrow night. Our communions are just wonderful. You don't want to miss them. We're no longer requiring COVID vaccinations. Masks are optional. If you want to wear one, you're fine. No one's going to look at you sideways because you have one on. I still wear mine. Pastor Nick still wears his. My kids still wear theirs. Our midweek Bible studies are phenomenal. I'm not just saying that because they're ours. We have a noonday service, which is primarily attended by our seniors who don't want to travel at night. You can have a tremendous time from 12 to 1. And our general midweek service is 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Worship starts at 7. Word starts around 7:15 or so. Now, if you need some updates, if you want some spiritual inspiration, or you want to get some news updates, two things you got to do. If you want some news updates, you want to text BBC News to 28950. Inspirational motivation during the week, BBC Elevate to 28950. We would love to pray with you if you give us the honor. Email to social@gotobethany.com. That's social@gotobethany.com, so we can touch and agree with you in prayer, whatever it may be. And also, we want to encourage you to subscribe to David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. Also, subscribe to DGEMS, DGEMS, and the On Point podcast platforms. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. Remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. See you next week on Point.